So today I will be sharing with you probably my biggest amigurumi I have made yet. Let's check it out. Hello, welcome and welcome back to Inspire Crochet. This is Ashley, and if you heard in the intro, I am sharing with you the largest amigurumi I have made to date. And this was not intentionally supposed to be the largest one I made to date, but it became that. And I want to share it with you. It is Friday, so Finished Object Friday. It's the perfect day to do this with you guys. And I'm just going to share with you. It's the only thing I have to share with you for the week because it's the only thing I've made this week. So let's just get right into it. If you remember, I'm going to give you a little... We're going to go in the past. Way back in August. I don't know, it was before that, but Shannon, the Spoonie Stitcher, and I were discussing possibly doing a collaboration in the month of October. And we were thinking about doing a Harry Potter themed thing where we would choose something from that would sort of signify our favorite character in the Harry Potter series, and then we would make it. But then October came around and that just got way too much because we were doing October Opal's Birthday Spirit Week and there was just a lot of preparation for that. And we just got overwhelmed. And so the collab that wasn't a collab didn't really happen. So Shannon shared her project on Sunday, which was Snuggly Sunday. And she made the cutest little Luna Lovegood sleep mask. You should go check that out on her channel. It is Snuggly Sunday. So cute. Me, however, I picked my pattern in August, and then it turned out to be bigger than I expected. I did not get far, but I got a little inundated, as I said, with other things for the month of October. So this project had to go on hiatus, and it went on hiatus through October, through if I knew my months, through October, through November and December because I was so busy working on Christmas stuff in December. And then I was like, January came, I need to get this project done. So I did. And it turned out much larger than I anticipated. Now, it's not like so large that I can't fit it in a room or anything like that. It's not like that. But it is definitely larger than I anticipated. And it's definitely larger than the pattern here wants me to make it. And that's just because the pattern here uses like a weight 2 yarn, I'm sure, and a 1.75 millimeter crochet hook. So you know that this is practically thread that the pattern designer was using. So what is the pattern? What did I choose to do for this collab that wasn't a collab? The point of the collab was to choose something that signified our favorite character. And then I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make my favorite character. So I went on the Etsy's and I found my favorite looking pattern for my favorite character, Severus Snape. Yes. What a surprise. And so this is the pattern I chose. As you can see here, the Severus Snape pattern. Isn't it cute? It is by Addi Toys on Etsy. This was a intermediate pattern. It was very intermediate. But let's just get into it. I want to show you the final project because what I have here is not the size it's supposed to be, but it came out so good. Here he is, everybody. Snape. Severus Snape. Okay, sorry. There he is. But in order to show you this amigurumi from top to bottom, I need to back up. And back up. And back up some more. There we are. The light doesn't even reach. Oh, look. We got my Snape top with the Snape. So yes, he is this big. I have not measured him But he is probably the size of a newborn baby. So he is large, yes. Now I'm thinking the original pattern has him probably half the size. And of course that's because I used 4-weight yarn and a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. So I'm just gonna share with you all the goodness of this pattern, kind of talk to you about it. So when I started this pattern at the beginning of the month, I had one leg, both of his arms, and one shoe done. That's it. Everything else you see here, I did in the past week. He's gonna take up a lot of space here, isn't he? Maybe I should move over to let him sit with me here. So everything else is this took me this week. This was fun. Now, one of the cool things is that this is actually a low sew pattern. Everything from here all the way up to his neck, and his head itself, no sewing whatsoever. So even with his arms, so I'm going to take his little cape off. So even with his arms, everything, it was so cool. It just worked perfectly. I'm going to put his cape back on. The only thing I had to sew on was his hair a little bit, and the buttons, and the embroidery for his face. So that is the only thing that needed to be sewed in. So it was really cool how this all came together. It felt like magic. What? He was fun to make, a little challenging. There were some times when I was putting him together where I believe the pattern designer, uses a yarn under method. And that is pretty important for making sure that the pattern comes together the way the pattern writer intended. Because I think with the yarn over method that I used, it throws the angle of the stitching off a lot more. So her counts, especially when putting on the arms, no longer matched my counts. And also with the head and making sure, because it's kind of a square shaped head, they no longer matched. And then I had to improvise. Because if I didn't, his arm would be coming out of his chest. I also think that is partially my fault as well, because I think I lost track of where I was supposed to be putting things. But yeah, this is him. I also made his wand. Can I show it to you in such a way that would make sense? So how I have his wand in is with a piece of elastic here, and I just used like a alcohol marker to make it like a skin color. And you can see that I actually have, with polymer clay, made the base of his wand look like his actual wand. And then when I did the polymer clay, this part got all weird. So I ended up taking a wooden dowel that I had, painting it black and super gluing it to the base of the wand. And now he has a expecto patronum. He now has a beautiful wand. And the other cool thing about this is that his head does turn, so he can always keep his eye on you. Another fun thing, well, I learned a lot about embroidery from this. The embroidery steps in the pattern were wonderful. There were no videos for this, and the pattern designer is clear that there is no videos. But I felt like with the pictures, where the written pattern was confusing, the pictures were helpful. So it's able to adapt. Some of the parts are little, because I don't believe the pattern designer is a native English speaker. So in translation, it got a little bit dicey, but I was still able to do it. And I believe anybody, any intermediate crocheter can also do this. I am very happy with him. Also, his hair was tedious. It is lock by lock, but how the headpiece, the hairpiece was created was really interesting. This is actually the first Amigurumi doll I've ever made, and this is the first time ever doing a hairpiece, so that was fun. I had to block his hair, or he would have had glorious curly hair. Beautiful. Like he went and got his hair done. And then I ended up having to block this because this was, so it's got that drape that is needed because it was just not doing what I wanted it to do. But yeah, all the way down. And he came out lovely. I love him so much. I am just so happy with how he came out. This is the only thing I worked on for this week. So I do say that I'm very proud of how he came out. There was a period of time where I was a little worried. I was getting a little creeped out because his head was very large compared to the rest of his body. And I'm like, oh no, is this not going to work because of the size of the doll? Because now the doll is so large. Is this going to just look really messed up? But no, I think it worked out just fine once I put the hair on. Also, his hair, this lock of hair is actually loose. So you could have his like... This one's loose. Yeah, so like I said, also the sewing is only on the headpiece, but I ended up just like, if I haven't sewn the rest of him, I'm not going to be sewing the hair. So I sewed a little bit and then I just pulled out the glue. I was done. I was tired. I was ready to be done. And let me tell you this, I'm getting close to my mic. I will not be using black yarn for a long time. Please look at all this black yarn. All of this black yarn. On top of the fact that not all of my Christmas gifts that I made, but I want to say about 60% of the Christmas gifts that I made were also all in black yarn. I'm done with black yarn. But he was worth it in the end. Oh, I didn't really show you, but he does, I'm going to take his little cape off. Just to kind of show you the construction of his suit. He has 2 little pockets here, 4 little buttons going all the way up to a very high collar. Very proud. Oh, there is wire in here too. So you can kind of mold him a little bit to get the position you want him in. But yeah, like I have to go all the way back here to show you him in all of his Slytherin glory. All right. I'm going to put his little cape back on him. Oh, yeah, and now I just wanted to... I keep thinking of new things to talk about. This right here is made entirely of treble crochet. I don't want to do another treble crochet ever again either. I hate treble crochet. Nope. No black yarn. No more treble crochets. I'm done. D-O-N-E. So, Shannon, this was our project for our collab. That wasn't quite a collab. I hope you like him. I know I broke the rules. I know I'm supposed to choose an item that represents him, but I made him instead. Because I wanted to. And now he's got a little baby. Isn't this just perfect? This is perfection. I love it. So that is everything that I made this week. I will end the video by saying that I am also finishing up actually a little project for Shannon's contest. If you do not know what that is, Shannon has a contest to celebrate her 1-year anniversary here on YouTube. Please go check out the video. I will link it in the box below. Yeah, if I remember, I'll put it in the card over here too. That way you guys can check out what the rules of the contest are, but basically you will be using a one of her generic tot patterns and making your own tot. I am working on that right now, and hint, hint, it's not in black yarn. So that one is a fun little project to sort of cleanse the palette from all of that. And I am enjoying that. So please check out her channel, check out her contest. Apparently the prize is very, very nice. We'll see. But yeah, you'll learn more over there on her channel. And that is all I have for you today on this fine, lovely Friday. Let me know what you think of my Snape. What is the biggest Amigurumi project you've ever made? I'd be curious to know. Now, this is actually not my biggest. I will say that my giraffe is technically the biggest, But this one is the biggest in stitch count because this one's made in 4-weight and that one's made in chenille yarn. So this one still counts. Anyways, he's also close to the draft size. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you liked it, please drop a like down below. And if you like me, subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when there's a new video coming out very soon. And I will see you guys in the next video very soon.